Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast. This is your roundup of companies making news on Wall Street and beyond, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. We're joined by Bloomberg's Nora Melinda, Bloomberg's equities reporter. Nora, what do you got?
Well, lots to keep an eye on this morning. It is important to watch KB Home. So this is a home building stock, and we're seeing the entire sector moving off of this news, but essentially the company reported disappointing first quarter results, and it cut its fiscal 2025 revenue guidance. And this is all due to demand at the start of the key spring selling season for the group that was more muted than historical levels. And spring selling season is super important. That's when they start to see the majority of their revenue come through. So this is not good news for KB Home, and especially not good news for the broader sector. But the story remains the same. We've got rates that are too high and people dealing with affordability issues, and that's why we're not seeing the types of sales that we were seeing before.
Yeah, and they had to spend a lot of money, right, to kind of help, like, in order to get the volumes going. Right. Talk us through that, the incentives. Yeah,
so incentives are something that a lot of these builders implement, and it's essentially they'll buy down your mortgage rate. So right now, as I last checked, we have mortgage rates that are at 6.7% right now. What builders will do, they'll come in and they'll actually buy down rates to maybe 5% to make it a little bit more affordable for first-time buyers and people that are interested in purchasing new homes. But of course, as you expect, that's weighing on margins. And that's what investors are really looking for, to see whether or not builders are able to strike the balance.
All right. What about Tesla here? So the Tesla sales in Europe were not great. Walk us through the why, though, behind that.
Yes, I mean, super interesting here. Of course, Tesla has been a stock that's been in focus, and it's really been struggling over the past few months, as we know. As we look at shares of Tesla, they're down 31% so far this year. But sales in Tesla sales fell for the 10th time in the last 12 months in Europe. It's counting on its redesigned Model Y to boost sales for the company, but those were impacted by production pauses at factories around the world early this year. So people are really just trying to see whether or not Elon Musk and his company can strike a turnaround story here.
I mean, there's rising competition, particularly from the Chinese operators, too. Which, that seems
BYD.
To me the fundamental problem. You know, I'm sure there's people not buying Teslas because they don't like his political issues, but to me, it might be more just competition out there.
It's production. They had to change production over to a new model, and that was what really hurt it. Remember, this is February.
Yep.
People started not liking Musk in March. So, I don't think we've really seen the ripple effect from that.
This is true.
So that is yet to come. And Cassava, I don't know what this company is.
Yes, had to look it up myself. This is a biotech company. When we get into biotech, it gets a little hazy there. I'm not as familiar with the names. But Cassava Sciences is ticker SAVA. We're looking at this company because we have shares that are tumbling. It's actually the largest one-day drop on record, tumbling as much as 84%. The biotech company is saying that its Alzheimer treatment, simufilam, let me not even butcher the name that I can't pronounce, but it did not show a significant reduction in cognitive or functional decline versus placebo in patients with mild to moderate levels of the disease. So not great news as we look at the study here for Alzheimer and the fact that the company is discontinuing its Alzheimer program.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.